For WRHU News, I'm Fatima Moien. As part of our 2023 general election coverage, I'm here with Shehryar Ali, a deputy county attorney, a father of two, husband, and first-time candidate running for Nassau County legislator for the 3rd District. Mr. Ali, thank you so much for your time.
Fatma, thank you for having me on.
I want to start off by asking you, today's the day. All your work has led up to today. Today's election day. How are you feeling?
That's a very difficult question. I've been asked that 100 times already. And, I don't know how to answer it. It's sort of like a mixed bag of emotions. There's anxiety, there's nervousness, there's excitement, fatigue, 8 months of work leading up to this. So it's difficult.
And that's why I want to start there. But just to let the listeners in a little bit, what areas does the 3rd District cover, and what ultimately drew you to run this race?
Absolutely. So in Nassau County, there are 19 legislative districts, and I'm running in the 3rd legislative district, which includes Almont, Valley Stream, and South Floral Park. It's actually the community I grew up in and the community that I live in. I went to the local schools here, and now I'm raising 2 little boys here. So what inspired me to run is over the last few years, I've seen a lot of people leaving my district due to affordability issues, safety issues, quality of life issues. And I love this community and I love this district. I love Almont. It's where I grew up. It's where I live. So I wanted to do something about it. I was tired of the direction that the community is heading in. And so instead of sitting on the sidelines and complaining about it, I threw my hat in the ring to actually do something about it.
To follow up on that point, you told the Long Island Herald, quote, "I'm a Muslim American and there's a huge influx of a Muslim American population in my district. I feel like it's a population that's been ignored for a very, very long time. In what ways do you hope to represent your district and the growing Muslim population in the 3rd District?
Absolutely. So look, as a first-generation American, my parents immigrated here from Pakistan. I was born here. I understand the responsibility that's on my shoulders. If elected, I will be the first, not only Muslim legislator, but the first South Asian legislator in Nassau County. And I feel like that's a huge responsibility for me to bear. My goal and my aspiration is that if I win, God willing, if I win today, I want other people like me, who look like me, who talk like me, who come from the same background as me, to think, hey, if that kid Ali can do it, we can do it. I don't have a South Asian or a Pakistani legislator to look up to, but I hope with my win, we have more younger folks who decide to pursue a career in politics, who decide to pursue a career where we get more representation where it matters.
Jumping right along to my next question, you're up against Democratic incumbent Carrie Szilagyi, who has been in office since 2012. And I'm curious to hear, what do you have to say to those that may challenge your place as a newcomer? Like you just said, it's many firsts for you. And even you running, I think, is a first in itself. So what do you have to say to those that challenge your place in this race?
So I've been very honest and transparent in this race. One of the things that I don't do is make promises, because when I got into politics, I promised myself I wouldn't be the typical politician, just promising and lying people to their face just what they want to hear. And that's what my opponent has been doing since 2011. And I think it's kind of caught up to him now. So I tell people, I'm like, listen, if you're happy with the direction your community is heading in, keep voting the way you've been voting. But if you're like me and the thousands of others who are fed up with the false promises, the lies, and the lack of leadership, give me a chance. And the feedback has been awesome. We've been knocking on doors and meeting people for the last 8 months, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive.
If I do my math correctly, I believe when Szilagyi came into office in 2012, you were about 19. A lot of your promises have to do with infrastructure, policing, and bridging that relationship and making sure that Muslim Americans are also represented in your policies. And so I really just like to ask your experience as an attorney, how does that tie into what you would like to do once elected?
I think me being young, 30 years old, and this being my first political race is actually an advantage because I can bring fresh perspectives and new ideas. For example, while I'm going around talking to people in the community, a lot of senior citizens don't even know that they qualify for a tax exemption once they go over the age of 65. So that's very, very problematic. A lot of seniors are either living on pension or living on Social Security, and we don't want a tax to be a burden for them. So why is it? Why is it that seniors don't know that they have those resources? Or if you're ex-military, you might qualify for an exemption as well, and not a lot of people know about it. So what I want to do is I want to bring government to the people. The people shouldn't be looking for their legislator. The people shouldn't be, figuring out who their legislator is or what information they need. Your legislator should be in the community, holding workshops, holding seminars, whether it's virtual, whether it's in person. A leader has to be actively involved, needs to have the energy, needs to have the enthusiasm, and needs to care. And that's what I'm going to bring to the table. I'm going to bring my young, energetic mindset. And I also have experience in, law enforcement as a former prosecutor in the second largest office in America, the Brooklyn DA's office. I prosecuted thousands of cases. I've interacted with thousands of cops, victims, witnesses. So I think that experience, combined with my work in the community and my interaction with the community in the last 8 months, will help me deliver the results for my community.
Lastly, I'd just like to ask, I noticed online in your campaigning platforms, and you kind of hinted at it, some moments can get heated, to say the least. And I'd like to know, regardless of the results tonight, how has your work, your outreach, going door to door, meeting the community, this entire journey running for legislator in the 3rd District, what does it all mean to you? What has it all meant to you?
I mean, I've been truly humbled. I'm so appreciative of the community. I mean, right now we have about 150 volunteers that are out on the ground at polling stations, knocking on doors, making phone calls, and they're all doing it because they believe in the cause. A lot of them want to see change in their community. A lot of them are fed up with the results, the lack of results from the current incumbent. And a lot of South Asian, not just Pakistani, but a lot of Indian, Bangladeshi, and Pakistani people are excited to see South Asian representation. There's this buzz in the community. There's an excitement in the community. If you drive through Valley Stream in Elmont, you'll see my signs everywhere. You'll see my posters everywhere because people are excited for a change. And, it truly humbles you as a person to realize that people are so quick to support you and give you everything you have. So win or lose, I'm happy with the movement that we started here. I feel like Elmont and Valley Stream is becoming a powerhouse in politics. It's a community that's going to be on the map. And I think tonight's results, if we win, the entire nation is going to be looking at us because we have a very important election next year. And this district, I'm running on the Republican ticket, and the Democrats outnumber Republicans 10-1. So if we can flip this seat, I think this will be national news.
Thank you, Mr. Ali, again for speaking with me and your time. Is there anything else you'd like to add about anything that we may have discussed?
No, Fatima, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be on your show. I encourage everybody to please, please, please go out and vote today. The polls have been open since 6 a.m. The polls close at 9 p.m. Every single vote counts. And if you live in Elmont, Valley Stream, or South Floral Park, please give me a chance to be your next legislator.
Thank you, Mr. Ali.
Thank you. Thank you so much.